38 and 46 yours. Now 38 question is what? Sin power 6 theta plus cos power 6 theta.
Sir, sorry, 39, sir, not 38.
39 is g of x equal to ax plus b.
Sir, printing mistake is there.
Sir, there was a printing mistake, sir. Like bracket they gave wrong, sir.
That that bracket is for both of them. Then we'll get.
Yes.
I substituted
Oh,
x equal to pi by 2, sir. I got cot 0. That's not defined, sir.
Correct. Correct. Here, cos inverse x plus sin inverse x formula indirectly based on. So, cot of this bracket is missing here.
Sir, x like bracket closed before completing sign on.
Okay. If anyone misunderstand that question, just add it bonus. 39. I will try this question. Just count here. Bracket order is wrong here. Like before cos inverse x means before sin inverse only it's ended, but after sin inverse it has to end. But any doubt in that question? How to solve it? Rajshekhar, any doubt in that problem?
No, sir, no doubt, sir. I saw the solution, sir.
Okay. Next 46 is what? Someone asked 46?
The tan 10 question, sir. Tan 10, sin 10 values. I'm unable to simplify it.
What he's giving? Root 3 tan 10 plus 4 sin 10 equal to 2 is there. Just to have to check is it correct or not.
Sir?
Yes.
Sir, because tan 10 and sin 10 are increasing functions, if you substitute instead of 10, 15, sir, you'll get less than 2, sir. So it's wrong.
But tan 15 if you substitute what you are getting?
Otherwise substitute 30, sir. It is less than 2, sir.
30 if you substitute less than 3 is coming.
Yeah, yes, sir.
30 if you substitute.
So same root 3 tan 15 plus 4 sin 15.
Root 3 tan 15 plus 4 sin 15.
You'll get less than 2, sir. So 10 it will also be wrong.
So root 3 into 2 minus root 3 plus 4 into
Root 3 minus 1 by 2.
root 3 minus 1 by 2 root 3. So this is root 3, 2 root 3 minus 3 plus this is root 2 here.
Root 6 minus root 2.
Root 3 minus root 2. Roughly what is this value? Less than 2 is coming.
Yes, sir.
So roughly I'm checking 2 into 1.732 minus root 1.412 plus root 6. What is the approximate value of root 6?
2.45.
2.4. So this result is 3.4, 5.4, 5.4 roughly. 3.4 plus 2.4, 5.8. And 3, this result 4.4 something. So obviously, approximately this result is only 1.4 is coming. So root 3 tan 15 plus 4 sin 15 is 1.4 is coming means no doubt root 3 tan 10 plus 4 sin 10 is smaller than root 3 tan 15 plus 4 sin 15. So no doubt this result is only 1.4 means no doubt it's less than 2. So no solution. Okay.
Sir, in these values are coming nice values, sir. Directly you're getting integral values for some. I checked in calculators afterwards.
Root 3 tan 10 value.
Can we, yes, sir. Root 3 tan 10 plus 4 sin 10 value is equal
This
to
is
1 is coming, sir.
Once.
We are able to simplify directly, sir.
If you apply
Oh, we'll simplify.
Sir, sin 2 theta is sin 3 theta minus theta is what?
Sin 3 into 10 equal to we are using this way.
No, sir. Sin 2 theta equal to sin 3 theta minus theta, sir. Then writing 2 theta as 2 sin theta cos. 3 theta is anyways 30 degrees. 30 cos theta. Or divide throughout with cos theta. Oh.
2 sin theta equal to sin theta minus sin theta cos 3 theta into tan theta, right?
Yes. Now we'll substitute values for each option.
Then what you'll get? 2 sin 10 equal to sin 30 1 by 2 minus cos 30 root 3 by 2 plus 10. So if you multiply with 2, 4 sin 10 by 2 plus root 3 tan 10. So the integer type question, this is useful for us. 4 sin 10 plus root 3 tan 10 equal to 1. If someone is using earphones, I think wherever they are using earphones, this disturbance is coming. Check where disturbance is coming. You are using earphones. This type of some sound is coming when class is going on. Please switch off. Okay. Any other doubt? Any other doubt in question paper?
Sir, 44.
44.
The same question option D.
But root 3 plus 1 tan phi, that problem.
46th question option D.
I think even that is also looking same here. 1 minute. If we substitute 15 degrees, any values coming?
Sir, we should substitute that
5.
30 degrees.
Sir, it is coming 2 root to sin 15, sir.
If you substitute theta equal to 5 here, what happened? Here only. 2 sin 5 degree equal to sin 15 minus cos 15 degrees into tan phi. So 2 sin 5 equal to 4 root 2 only. Sin 15 is root 3 minus 1 by 2 root 2 minus root 3 plus 1 by 2 root 2 into tan phi. So what you are getting here is that root 3 plus 1
Root 3 minus
1 only, sir. Root 3 minus 1 only.
Sir, like RHS will come out to be root 3 minus 1 given it like this.
If we solve also, we'll get 2 root to sin 15.
Root 3 plus 1 tan phi plus 4 root 2 sin phi equal to root 3 minus 1 is coming. Option is this thing only?
Only root 3 is this.
46 the option. Root 3 plus 1 tan phi plus 4 root 2 sin phi equal to only root 3 is given, but answer is coming as root 3 minus 1. Yes. So same problem. So substitution is same substitution. Root 3 plus 1 tan phi plus 4 root 2 sin phi equal root 3 minus 1 coming. But here only root 3, so it's wrong. Okay. Next.
44, sir.
44. What is the 44? Sin theta plus cos theta is 1 by 5 is giving. Then tan theta by 2 satisfy which equation is asking?
Yes, sir. A and B have to get, sir.
We're getting all options, sir.
There he has given a value of tan theta, sir. That is like
Tan theta by 2, if you take this result, then which are
he's not telling both values, sir. He's telling at least one value.
Yeah. He's not
No.
saying it's satisfying which equation. If one of them is satisfying, it's enough.
Yes.
Okay, got it.
Yes?
Yes, got it.
Okay. Anything is pending? Shall we start matrices? Okay. So two key changes I said. One question is the cos inverse that problem. Okay, who misunderstand that question? Please, you can change it as bonus. Already corrected, not a problem. And one more thing is, first question is BC. Okay. Shall we discuss maths now? Can I start it?
Yes.
My screen is visible.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So matrices, if you see starting, we discuss definition and order of matrix. You can see these notes first. So in first day we discuss what is rectangular matrix. Okay, and how to write general matrix, that Aij, where that I represent a row number, how many rows are there and all, and J represent columns. So Aij means indirectly ith row and jth column element. Next, we discuss types of matrices. Null matrix. If every element is 0, then we are calling it null matrix. We are denoting with 0. Next, square matrix. If number of rows equal to number of columns, we are calling it square matrix. Okay, next row matrix, if only one row is there. And column matrix means only one column is there. Next, after that, we discussed about principal diagonal and off diagonal. Next, trace of matrix. And later I read trace properties. That trace properties are like trace of A plus B equal to trace A plus trace B, that results. Okay, later I gave that result, so we'll go for that also. Next, upper triangular matrix. And here one more thing, strictly upper triangle is also there. Okay, upper triangle matrix means a square matrix is said to be upper triangular if all elements below principal diagonal are 0. Okay, so Aij equal to 0 for all I greater than j. And strictly upper triangle means including diagonal elements also 0. That is the difference between upper and strictly upper. So even this diagonal is also 0 in strictly upper triangle matrix case. Similarly, lower triangle and strictly lower triangle matrices are there. Lower triangle matrix means what? Except this part, remaining elements are 0, like this. This is lower triangle. Similarly, strictly lower triangle means principal diagonal is also 0. Okay. Next, diagonal matrix. Diagonal matrix means except principal diagonal, remaining all are compulsory 0. Diagonal can be anything. So here diagonal matrix we are denoting with this symbol, diagonal of A111, A22, A33, so on ANN. So this meaning is diagonal elements are A11, A22, A33, like that, and remaining all elements are 0. Next, scalar matrix. Scalar matrix means principal diagonal is like lambda, but remaining elements are like 0. So scalar matrix means in diagonal matrix, if principal diagonal elements are equal, then we are calling it a scalar matrix. Next, unit matrix means identity matrix indirectly. Principal diagonal is 1, remaining are 0. Next, that addition. I think no need to waste time on that addition part. And scalar multiplication. And properties, if you see, A plus B is equal to B plus A, normally all these things only. Here null matrix we are calling as additive identity. And minus A is called as additive inverse of A. Next, multiplication of matrices. So we can multiply two matrix only if number of columns in first matrix is equal to number of rows in second matrix. So if number of columns in first matrix equal to number of rows in second matrix, if these two are equal, in that case only that matrix multiplication is defined, then only we'll say they are conformable for multiplication. And the resultant matrix order is M by P, because number of rows in A into that number of columns in B. So if A is M by N, B is N by P, then AB is M by P will come. And our proper definition also is, if you take this, here this is the general definition. If A equal to Aij into M by N, B equal to Bij into N by P if you take, then Cij is M by P. Here Cij, this element definition is this AI1 into B1j plus AI2 into B2j, so on AIN into BNJ. So sigma k equal to 1 to n AIK into BKJ. So Cij is equal to AIK into BKJ, where sigma k equal to 1 to n. So how many common parts are there? That will come. And we know multiplication is not commutative. So AB is not equal to BA, need not be equal to BA. AB need not be equal to BA. Because commutative means compulsory AB equal to BA for all cases. So not commutative means at least one counter example you can find where AB need not be equal to BA. Okay. And AB equal to 0 implies AB need not be 0. And in the same way, AB equal to AC does not imply B equal to C or A equal to C. And this property is very important. AB equal to AC case, what is the possibilities? In which case B equal to C will come.
Det A not equal.
So here, important property related to this thing is, like AB equal to AC if you take, what we can say about this, A into B minus C equal to 0. That implies det of A into B minus C equal to 0. So either det A equal to 0 or det B minus C equal to 0 will get compulsory. So if det A not equal to 0, then compulsory what will you do? Both sides will multiply with A inverse, then you will get B equal to C. So B equal to C possibility is coming only when det A not equal to 0. I think already we solved many problems based on this property. Some previous IIT questions also we solved based on this. Very important. So if det A not equal to 0, in that case only B equal to C. At the same time, if B not equal to C they mention, if B not equal to C they mention, then compulsory what happen? Then A is singular matrix. So AB equal to AC means we have two chances. What are the two chances is, if det A not equal to 0, surely B is C. If B not equal to C, then compulsory A matrix must be singular matrix only. Okay. Or simply this word only you can say, if B minus C is non-zero matrix, if B minus C is non-zero matrix, then A must be singular matrix. Then A must be singular matrix. This point we can say. This is very important point. Next properties, if you see in matrices, A plus B whole square formula and A square minus B square formula, this formulas it won't work out. So this formula is wrong. Correct formula is this. Why this is coming? Only reason is A plus B whole square means here only one formula, that is simply A plus B into A plus B only, which is exactly same like A square plus AB plus BA plus B square. Okay, so like normal multiplication, but don't take AB equal to BA here. And result related to trace is trace of A plus B equal to trace A plus trace B. Trace of AB equal to trace of BA. If AB, BA both are defined in that case. Even if order is different also. If A is 2 by 3 matrix, B is 3 by 2 matrix. In that case, no doubt AB is 2 by 2 and BA is 3 by 3. but still both they have same trace. But still AB is 2 by 2, BA is 3 by 3 also. Then AB and BA both they have same trace. So if AB and BA both are defined, in that case, trace of AB equal to trace of BA. Next, transpose. Transpose means if you interchange rows as columns and columns as rows, the resultant matrix is called as a transpose. If order of A is m by n, then order of A transpose is n by n. And here properties like A transpose, whole transpose. Here if you see first property, A transpose, whole transpose equal to A, and A plus B whole transpose equal to A transpose plus B transpose. Similarly, A minus B whole transpose equal to A transpose minus B transpose. And the main important formula is this AB whole transpose equal to B transpose into A transpose. A reverse law will come. So this part is very important. And if you take many matrices here, it's not real numbers. If A1 into A2 into so on, AN, this matrices if you take, then this result is, this property is working only if addition, this multiplication is defined in that case only. If multiplication is not defined, no doubt it's not correct. But if A1 into A2 into AN exists, then no doubt, then A1, A2, so on, AN whole transpose is this result. The same way, trace of A equal to trace of A transpose. And some more results, some more new definitions based on multiplication and transpose. That idempotent matrix. Idempotent matrix means A square equal to A, then we are calling it idempotent matrix. What is the result related to det here? What about idempotent matrix det?
0 or 1.
0 or 1.
0 or 1. Two chances are there. As A square equal to A, if you take det both sides, det A square equal to det A will come. So from that, det A is either 0 will come or det A is 1 is come. Next, in the same way, involutory matrix, one more matrix. Here A square equal to I is the definition. So if A square equal to I, we are calling it involutory matrix. So in this case, det if you see, det A equal to plus or minus 1. Means involutory matrix is always non-singular. Involutory is always non-singular matrix as det A is plus or minus 1. Next, orthogonal matrix. Orthogonal matrix definition is a square matrix A is said to be orthogonal if A into A transpose equal to A transpose into A equal to identity. Yes, here when we are taking this definition, that square matrix is compulsory. Reason is if A is 2 by 3, then A transpose 3 by 2. In that case also A into A transpose can be I. But our definition wise, orthogonal matrix means compulsory, it's square matrix. So if A into A transpose equal to A transpose into A equal to identity, in that case only we are saying it's orthogonal matrix. And what is the orthogonal matrix?
1 or minus.
So det A is plus or minus 1, yeah. Because if you take det both sides, det A into det A transpose equal to 1 will come. So which is same like det A whole square equal to 1. So from that, det A equal to plus or minus 1 is coming here in orthogonal matrix. And here why we are calling orthogonal matrix? Main reason here is, if you see any row, if you check any row, it's a unit vector, and any column is also unit vector. The matrix is orthogonal matrix, then always row wise and column wise you will get unit vectors. So they are unit vectors. And one more thing is, you can take any row, it's orthogonal to remaining rows. If you select any row, it's orthogonal to remaining rows. In the same way, if you select any column also, it is orthogonal to remaining columns. Reason for that thing is, why you are getting like this? Reason is, if you take A matrix is A11, A12, A13, A21, A22, A23, A31, A32, A33. If this is A, for example, then obviously A transpose. If you take this is A, just I am multiplying A and A transpose directly. This is A11, A12, A13, A21, A22, A23, A31, A32, A33 will come. So if you observe first row here, if you multiply like A square 1, 1, A square 1, 2, A square 1, 3. Second, A11 into A21 plus A12 into A22 plus A13 into A23. Similarly, you will get remaining elements. Just if you observe this part, this is exactly equal to like 1, 0, 0, 0, 1, 0, 0, 0, 1. Just if you compare just these two elements, if you see this part, A square 1, 1, A square 1, 2, A square 1, 3, this is coming as 1. Is indirectly, this first row is 1. First row magnitude is 1. If you take like a vector, if you take A11i plus A12j plus A13k, if you take, that vector magnitude is 1. Similarly, if you take the second part, second element, if this is 0, if you take, then this is exactly a dot product of first row and second row. So if you take first row vector and second row vector, these two are orthogonal to each other. So like this, here every row is orthogonal to other rows. Similarly, every column is orthogonal to other columns. Because here if you take A into A transpose, you will get row results. And if you take A transpose into A, you will get column results. Every column is orthogonal and every column is orthogonal to other columns. A transpose, you will get row results. With the help of A transpose into A, you will get column results. So from this you can say every row is orthogonal to remaining rows. And similarly, every column is also orthogonal to remaining columns. And every row is a unit vector and every column is also a unit vector. Next definition, nilpotent matrix. The square matrix A is said to be nilpotent definition wise if there exists n such that A power n equal to null matrix. So if A power n equal to null matrix, then always that matrix is called as nilpotent matrix, and the smallest value of n, the smallest value of n is called as index of nilpotent matrix. Smallest value of n is called as index of nilpotent matrix. Here what you have to remember in this nilpotent matrix is this index is always less than or equal to order of matrix. Remember all these results. Index is always less than or equal to order of matrix. One more result is trace of nilpotent matrix
is 0.
is 0 every time. Converse is not true. Why converse is not true is if you take 1, 0, 0 minus 1, trace is 0. This trace is 0, but it is not nilpotent. So nilpotent matrix trace is always 0. I didn't prove this result as it's beyond our syllabus. But when you are solving the problem, this property is useful for you. If you want to identify, if they give some 4 matrices, which of the following is nilpotent means, just focus only on where trace is 0. No need to check everything. So index is every time less than or equal to order of matrix is one property here. And trace is always equal to 0 in nilpotent matrix.
Determinant is also 0.
What?
Determinant.
Yeah, det is also 0, correct. Det is also always 0. As det A power n is 0, so det A is also always 0, correct. So nilpotent matrix is always singular matrix. So inverse is not for this. Yes, something.
Sir, if you take it equations, sir, so then trace and determinant are also one coefficient of equations.
A characteristic equation.
Yes, sir. For characteristic equation, we can say that 2 coefficients are not there. No?
Yeah, correct. Yes. Next I explain that part. Even in notes it's there. Next that is coming. So trace of nilpotent matrix is 0 and index is this. And here one more example for nilpotent matrix is always strictly upper triangle matrix and strictly lower triangle matrices are always nilpotent. In the same way, null matrix is always nilpotent with index 1. Null matrix is always index 1. Okay. And here somewhere I write that characteristic equation, I thought. Okay. Here is there. If you see. What you said just now is this point. Every matrix satisfies a equation. It's called as characteristic equation. So how to find that result is simply take, if A is any matrix, det of A minus lambda equal to 0. For example, if they give any problem like A is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, then something they will give question A cube minus some 6A square plus 11A, something they will give like this. Okay, if they are asking this type of question, simply do this technique. From principal diagonal, subtract lambda, find the det, and equate the det to 0. And at last, replace lambda with A. Whatever equation is there, that equation is always satisfied by your matrix. Means, for example, if you take here simply A equal to ABCD, it always satisfies A square. Means how to find that equation is this method. Det of A minus lambda, D minus lambda in principal diagonal, if you observe this equation, and the other thing are same. So if you simplify that equation, you are getting lambda square minus A plus D into lambda plus AD minus BC 0. It is always satisfied by matrix. Means in the place of lambda, if you write matrix A square minus A plus D into A plus AD minus BC into I equal to 0. This proof you will learn in your BTech. So at present, I am not saying proof. This theorem name is Cayley-Hamilton theorem. Every matrix satisfies its characteristic equation. How to find that characteristic equation is from principal diagonal, simply subtract A. Because obviously lambda I am replacing with A only. So simply subtract A and equate that to 0. Last constant term is there. That constant is indirectly I into that. So in this characteristic equation, two results are always fixed. What is the two results are? Sum of the roots is always equal to trace of A. Just now Prathamesh said about this point only. Sir. Sum of roots is always equal to trace of A, this part. And product of roots is always equal to det. The sum of roots is trace and product of roots is det. So simply, if you take characteristic equation of a nilpotent matrix, these two will be 0. Means sum of roots is 0 and product of roots is 0 in that characteristic equation. Okay, remember these points. In your workbook, this question they gave in comprehension. Even they also mentioned this, some problem they mentioned based on this. But in your workbook, you can check. They mentioned these questions in comprehension. They mentioned about Cayley-Hamilton theorem in that comprehension. They didn't prove. They gave simply statement. After that, they asked question based on this. Okay. This time coming back. Next definition. Symmetric matrix. Symmetric matrix definition is A transpose equal to A. We know here Aij element is same like Aji element. This is symmetric. Next, skew symmetric matrix. Skew symmetric matrix means A transpose equal to minus A. Okay, so here Aij and Aji both they have opposite inside. So because of this, principal diagonal elements all are 0 only here, because Aii minus Aii both are equal means only possibility is Aii is 0. So in skew symmetric matrix, principal diagonal elements are always 0. And properties of this results. This result is very important. Symmetric, skew symmetric, all the properties are important here. If A is any square matrix, then A plus A transpose is always symmetric. Similarly, if A is any square matrix, A minus A transpose is always skew symmetric. From this only you can say same like in functions, f of x plus f of minus x is always even function. F of x minus f of minus x is always odd function. So same way here also you'll get this. From this you can say every matrix can be represented, every square matrix can be represented as sum of symmetric and skew symmetric matrices. This proof is coming with the help of this point only. Next, one more important point, the second point. If A is symmetric, then Ka is symmetric. If A is skew symmetric, then Ka is also skew symmetric. Okay, because Ka whole transpose is same like K into A transpose is coming. So from that you can say this point. And only one matrix is there which is both symmetric and skew symmetric. What is that? Which matrix is both symmetric and skew symmetric? Null matrix. Null matrix is the only matrix which is both symmetric and skew symmetric both. So zero matrix is the only matrix which is both symmetric and skew symmetric. Okay, some different results like this. If A is symmetric, then B transpose A, B is symmetric, whatever it may be, B matrix. If A is symmetric, B transpose into A into B is always symmetric. In the same way, if A is skew symmetric also, B transpose, whatever it may be B, here I am not mentioning about B nature. Whatever it may be B transpose into A into B is always skew symmetric matrix. Proof is just this line, second line. B transpose AB whole transpose, if you take, it's coming like B transpose, reverse law, B transpose into B transpose whole transpose, which is equal to B transpose into AB will come. Reason is A transpose is same like A in symmetric case, and in skew symmetric case it's B transpose into minus A into B. So from that you can say that. And next result, if A is symmetric, then A power n is always symmetric, whatever it may be n. But if A is skew symmetric, this property is important. If A is skew symmetric, then A power n is always symmetric if n is even, but if n is odd, it's always skew symmetric. Just based on this property only, det of A power n equal to 0 if n is odd and A is skew symmetric. This proof is based on this point only. Means skew symmetric matrix of odd order is always singular. Skew symmetric of odd order is always singular. That is based on this det of A power n equal to 0. Okay. Next, if A and B are symmetric, this type of problems are important. AB plus BA is symmetric. AB minus BA is skew symmetric. This result. The same way, A is symmetric, B is skew symmetric. All these type of questions are very important. Here, if you see, for example, this proof I am saying, A is symmetric, B is skew symmetric. If you take this part, here I am proving A transpose equal to A, B transpose equal to minus B I gave. Now I want to prove AB plus BA is skew symmetric. Then how to prove AB plus BA is skew symmetric is take transpose. So this definition is AB transpose plus BA transpose. Now reverse law. B transpose into A transpose. Here also reverse law. A transpose into B transpose. Here B transpose is minus B, A transpose is A. Order is important. Here A transpose is A into B transpose is minus B. So this is addition only. So minus of this is AB plus BA only. So AB plus BA transpose is minus of AB plus BA is coming. So it's skew symmetric matrix. So all these questions have same technique. So like this, they can ask anything. Here, if you see, in class we discuss all possibilities. A, B are symmetric, A, B both are skew symmetric, and A symmetric, B symmetric. Like all these things we discussed. Okay. And next, some more results. If A is idempotent, then A transpose is idempotent. A is involutory, then A transpose is involutory. A is orthogonal, same thing. A transpose is orthogonal. A is nilpotent, then A transpose is nilpotent. All these things. And similarly, one more result. If AB equal to A, BA equal to B, then always AB equal to A, BA equal to B, then you will get A square equal to A, B square equal to B. That's why A and B are idempotent. If AB equal to A, BA equal to B, then AB are idempotent. How to prove that part is, write A square equal to A into A. So this A into second A is exactly same like what? Second A is exactly same like you can write 1 minute. A square equal to A into A. Yeah. First A, you can write it as AB into A. As its associative multiplication, AB into A is same like A into BA, which is same like BA means B. Now AB means A. Like A square equal to A is coming. So if AB equal to A and BA equal to B, then always A and B are idempotent matrices. Okay, next conjugate matrix. And if you see in class also I said this point, this conjugate matrix and this Hermitian, skew Hermitian, these things are not in syllabus. But if they want to ask question, in comprehension they can give question by defining what is that. But in our IT syllabus, this Hermitian concept is not there. But if they want to ask question, as this topic complex numbers is in our syllabus, so by mixing these two concepts, he only define what is Hermitian. After that, they can ask the question. Okay, so if you see this definitions, conjugate matrix means if A is having elementary, that elements as complex numbers, if we take all elements conjugate, then we are denoting that with A bar. A bar is conjugate matrix. Okay, and here properties also, if you see A plus B whole bar is same like A bar, B bar, and A minus B whole bar is A bar minus B bar. AB whole bar is also A bar into B bar. Like this we get. Not reverse law. I didn't take transpose. Whenever you are taking transpose, in that case only reversely result will come. Otherwise same order will come. So AB whole bar equal to A bar into B bar. Next, this A star is important here. This A star or A power theta will represent. This is same like transpose of a conjugate matrix. So this transpose of a conjugate matrix means we'll take transpose and we'll take conjugate, or we'll take conjugate, then you can take transpose. Anything is fine because A bar transpose is same like A transpose whole bar. Both are same only. So that we are denoting with A star. And here formulas, A star whole star equal to A, and A plus B whole star equal to A star plus B star, same like transpose formulas. Next, here reverse law is coming. ABC so on Z whole star equal to Z star into Y star into so on reverse A star. Here Y reverse it's coming is transpose is there here. As a transpose T is there here. So whenever transpose is included in formula, then it's like reverse law. So it's reverse it's coming. Next, in the same way, Ka whole transpose equal to K bar into A transpose if K is a complex number. If it is a real number, then normal K only. Okay. And if all entries of A are real number, then A star is exactly equal to A transpose and A bar is exactly equal to A only. If entries are real numbers in that case, because by taking conjugate, it won't change. A conjugate number is A only. So we'll get that. Okay. Next definition, Hermitian matrix. Hermitian matrix definition is A star equal to A. Then we are saying it is Hermitian matrix. Okay. In this case, what you will get is, if you observe this example, all diagonal elements are real. Because Aij and Aji bar both are same only. That's why diagonal elements are real. And remaining elements, Aij, Aji, both are conjugate to each other. So if you take B plus Ci here B minus Ci is coming. X plus Iy, if you take here corresponding Ij, that transpose element is X minus Iy. So like this, in Hermitian matrix, here what you have to write this thing is, all elements in diagonal are real. All elements in diagonal are real. And remaining Aij, Aj elements are conjugate to each other. Aij and Aji, both these elements are conjugate to each other. That we can say. Okay. Next, skew Hermitian matrix. In skew Hermitian matrix, our definition is A star equal to minus A here. So as A star equal to minus A, here Aij and Aji have same imaginary part, but real parts are opposite sign here. So like this, x plus iy, aij elements, if you observe, they have same imaginary part here, but real parts are in opposite. And if you see, all diagonal elements are compulsory, either 0 you will get or purely imaginary you will get. Here word purely imaginary is there, but 0 is also counted in that. Okay, so all elements in principal diagonal are purely imaginary or 0 will. Next, same like that transpose, that symmetric, skew symmetric. Here also many problems are possible. Like if A is Hermitian, B is skew Hermitian, then what about AB plus BA? What about AB minus BA? Like these questions will come. Everything is same like our symmetric, skew symmetric problems only. Next year, if A and B are Hermitian, then A plus B, A minus B, A plus LB, everything is Hermitian only. And AB plus BA also Hermitian, AB minus BA is skew Hermitian. Like all these things you can. Okay, same like that. Next, these are the different definitions. After that, we discuss determinants topic, determinant of a 2 by 2 matrix. From that we define minor. So determinant of a 2 by 2 matrix we define as AD minus BC. Next, when we are discussing minor, minor is a det of a matrix after removing ith row and jth column from a matrix. So minor of Aij, if you take, minor of Aij is denoted by Mij and it is defined as determinant of result matrix after removing ith row jth column. With the help of this, we'll define minor. From that, we'll define cofactor, that Cij equal to minus 1 to the power of I plus j into Mij. With the help of this, we'll define cofactor. From that, we are defining determinant. So after defining cofactor, A is a square matrix, then det A is defined as sum of products of elements of any row to its corresponding cofactors, or sum of products of elements of any column to its corresponding cofactor. Okay, and here this property is very important. Sum of product of any row elements to its corresponding cofactor elements gives det. But if you take sum of product of any row with other row cofactors, you will get always 0. This is very important point. Based on this point only, that A into adjoint A, just based on this point, A into adjoint A equal to det A into identity proof is coming. So sum of product of any rows, if you take, you'll get like this. A into adjoint A equal to det A into identity. Yes, this is very important. And if you see det properties, det A equal to det A transpose. And this is very important result. Det Ka equal to K power n into det A. Det AB is det A into det B. Next, just now what we discuss all these things. So det of diagonal matrix, nilpotent, all these things we discuss just now. Okay, here I define one more thing, unitary matrix. I think at that time I forgot in starting. Means in Hermitian you can define this. What is that thing is, in orthogonal matrix, how we are defining A into A transpose is identity. In the same way, in complex number case, that A into A star equal to identity. And A star into A is identity. If both are equal, A into A star equal to A star into A equal to identity, then we are using the word, that matrix is called as unitary matrix. So in real numbers case, orthogonal matrix is there. In complex number case, unitary matrix is there. Next, adjoint of a matrix. If A is any square matrix, then adjoint of A is denoted by ADJ of A, and it's defined as transpose of, transpose word is coming here. So all reverse laws will come. Transpose of all corresponding cofactors of A. So here,
Sir,
yeah.
Sir, any special properties related to unitary matrix, sir?
Same like orthogonal case only. Okay.
Det equals to plus or minus on all those we can say.
Yeah.
Sir, but here A star means we are already taking conjugate also now, sir.
Okay.
Sir,
1 minute. 1 minute. Just wait. I will check that thing. So here A into A star equal to identity is our result. Just simple example I'm taking. So A plus IB, C plus ID, P plus IQ. Next, M plus IM. If you take this is A. Just we'll see how is this matrix. Just 2 by 2 I'm taking. A star means what? Transpose of conjugate matrix. A minus IB, C minus ID, P minus IQ, M minus IM. Now this is equal to identity matrix. Now if you multiply this, what happen? A plus IB into C plus I. If you multiply this is giving A square plus B square plus C square plus D square. A plus IB into A minus IB plus C plus ID into C minus ID. Next this part. A plus IB into P minus IQ plus C plus ID into M minus IM. And this part P plus IQ into A minus IB plus M plus IN into M minus IN. This C minus ID. Next, if you multiply this is P square plus Q square plus M square plus N square. So here what we can say results, A square plus B square plus C square plus D square equal to 1. P square plus Q square plus M square plus N square is also 1.
yes.
And the remaining part, if you observe, as it is 0, real part if you take in the second part, AP, IB into IQ plus BQ plus MC plus MC plus DN equal to 0. And if you observe here, as third element also giving same thing, AB plus BQ, MC plus DN. Next, if you take imaginary part, BP minus AQ plus DM minus CN equal to 0 will come. Correct?
Yes, sir.
It should be AP, sir.
It should be
AP.
First equation, sir. AP it should be in
oh, AP, okay, AP, not AB, AP. AP plus BQ, MC plus DN is 0. Next, BP minus this is 0. Okay, 1 minute. Now here, when you are finding det here, what you will get? Because our doubt is about det only, mainly. Det is what? A plus IB into M plus IN. AM minus BN,
Yes, sir.
AM minus BN plus I into BM minus AM. This part minus PC minus QD.
BM plus
Sir, plus AN, sir. BM plus AN.
PC minus QD. What? AM?
BM plus AN, sir. I of
BM plus AN. Okay, yeah. Next here, PC minus QD plus I into QC plus PD. This is the det. So what you are getting that AM minus BN minus PC minus QD plus I into BM plus AN.
sir plus QD, sir.
PC?
PC plus Q this.
PC plus QD, okay. So BM plus AN, 1 minute, minus QC minus PD. Anything directly cancelled here?
we don't have a term on this.
Nothing term is common.
Combinations are not.
Yeah. So this magnitude, if you check, because magnitude is one anything, because that is coming like this, fine. That A star. One minute. Wait. Instead of this, just what I want to do is, what we did, it's correct only, but calculations are coming lengthy. So instead of that, take the results like ABCD, complex numbers. This is my A matrix. A star matrix, A bar, B bar, C bar, D bar. So here, in this case, what you are getting, if you multiply this, mod A square plus mod B square, and here mod C square plus mod D square, and here AC bar plus BD bar, and here its conjugate A bar C plus B bar D. This is a matrix which is equal to 1001. So here what we know, mod A square plus mod B square is 1, and mod C square plus mod D square is 1, and AC bar plus BD bar is 0 means AC bar, its conjugate is also 0 obviously. A bar C plus B bar D is also 0. We know only this close. Now det wise, if you see what you are getting, first one det is what? AD minus BC into second one det is what? A bar D bar minus B bar C bar. If you assume this is Z, second one is Z bar only. So magnitude wise, mods, okay, magnitudes if you check mod Z equal to mod Z bar equal to mod Z square. Or if you directly multiply this, what you will get? This is A bar, first result is what? A square D square. Mod A square into mod D square. AD into A bar D bar. Plus mod B square into mod C square. Minus 2 minus this part is what? AD into B bar C bar minus BC into A bar D bar is coming. This is our det. Anything you can write by using this? Because is it coming anything is 1 mod A square plus B square by
Sir,
using this?
instead of AC bar, we can replace it minus BD bar, no, sir.
Yeah. Instead of AC bar.
In AD, B bar, C bar.
So this we are keeping same.
Then we'll get mod B whole square. Yes, sir. We'll keep that.
Mod B square, mod C square. Here what you are saying, instead of A.
Instead of AC bar, we can replace it minus BD bar.
So this is plus B bar D bar.
From that.
So this is coming mod B square, mod D square. This is coming like mod A square, mod D square. I think.
That is A square, mod A square
Yes,
mod
sir.
B square into mod C
This
square.
is exactly same like mod A square plus mod B square into mod C square plus mod D square.
Yes, sir.
This is 1 into 1, 1 is 1. So here, if you multiply this, that conjugate, because that is coming as 1 only here by using this property.
Yes, sir.
Improvement.
What?
We didn't prove that det A is 1, no, sir. We proved that det of A into A star is 1, which is anyway true.
No, here why we check this part is it coming any imaginary coming? That is his doubt.
Sir, it is possible, sir. So you proved that det of A into A star is 1, sir, not det of A is 1. Det of A is only.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, yeah.
It is already one, sir.
Yeah, yeah. That no need to check that thing. The reason is, yeah, it's time waste only. Reason is obviously we take that is equal to 1001.
So we are bound to get that result only.
That result only will come, correct.
It may be imaginary, but its magnitude
Magnitude is 1. Yeah, that's one. So magnitude is 1. He has to come because AD minus BC as AD minus BC is there. So these two things are same, because if you assume this is det A, assume this X matrix, this is X star. So what we are proving, X and X star both are conjugate to each other. So det X square equal to 1 is coming. So that X square is coming 1 means that magnitude is 1. So if A is Hermitian matrix, sorry, if A is unitary matrix, in that case, that magnitude is 1 will come. It may be complex number, but magnitude is 1, because AD minus BC can be complex number. As ABCD are complex numbers, AD minus BC can be complex, but this AD minus BC magnitude must be 1 will come. Yes?
Yes, sir.
Any doubt in this property now? Okay, I think your next class is, time is there. In next class, I will discuss, because still I have to discuss about adjoint properties. These properties are very important. So these adjoint properties are there. After that, some product of det questions also we have to see. Just 1 or 2 questions we will see. So in next class, I will discuss that. Differentiation of det, factor theorem, these questions, and system of equations. That Cramer's rule, a rank is there in syllabus. That rank will discuss. These topics are pending. So this rank concept. Okay, product of debts, matrix inverse method, system of equations. So in next class we will discuss about this thing. Now time is 11:30. Okay, here one thing. Tomorrow I am not taking class. Only for tomorrow. You have same maths and chemistry classes, but because of my some personal problem, tomorrow I am not taking class. Okay, Monday I will take the next class. Okay, students.
So this Sunday are both advanced papers or one advanced, one mains paper?
One advanced, one mains paper.
Okay.
Be prepared, whatever it may be pattern. Because what is the guarantee advanced only multi-correct they will give? Did they mention anywhere like that? Okay, still I didn't open the file. It may be having one advanced mail. I don't know about that. Okay. So it may be anything. Be ready for that thing. But my suggestion is better write both papers, whatever it may be pattern.
Okay.
Okay, Amrut?
Yes.
Tomorrow I am not taking class. Only for tomorrow. Okay, Monday I will discuss remaining things. But this Thursday exam syllabus is next Thursday, matrices, vectors, 3D. All these things. Matrices, vectors, 3D. 3 topics are there in that. Okay? Sir, very much, sir.